What's happening, guys? It's always a great pleasure to share new content on this channel. For those that are just joining this channel for the first time, my name is AY, and today I'll be showing you how to connect your Somfy motorized roller blind and your Somfy motorized Roman blind. We're not just going to be connecting them using the remote control, we'll also be connecting them to the Somfy connection app. That way you can just control the blinds using your mobile phone. We'll take it a step further by connecting the blinds to your smart home system. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using Amazon Alexa, and the same process will apply if you use Google Home. As always, guys, please subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell to get notified when next I drop a video. Without wasting so much time, guys, let's just get right into the video. Welcome back, guys. As earlier stated, I'll be showing you how to connect your Somfy motorized roller blind and Roman blind. And for this video, I've invaded my son's room just to be able to demonstrate that process to you guys. All right, so in this room, I've got a blackout Roman blind outside the recess, and I've got a very transparent sheer roller blind inside the recess. And the reason why I've got that combination is so when this comes down during the day, it gives you privacy and letting loads of light in the room. So you can actually see out partially, but nobody can actually see in. The blackout blind, on the other hand, at night comes down to give you proper blackout in the room, so you're not woken up in the middle of the night or very early in the morning when the light shines through. All right, so in this video, we'll be connecting both blinds simultaneously, and we're going to start with the Roman blind. These two blinds have been completely disconnected, but it would be the same if you've only just recently bought them. They'll be completely dead, and the easiest way to wake them up is to actually connect the charger. In the case of the Roman blind, you'll be connecting the battery. For the roller blind, I'll be connecting the charger, and as soon as I do that, that blind should respond by jogging. So that blind is now ready to be paired. For the purpose of this video, I'll be connecting that the roller blind to channel 1 and the Roman blind to channel 2. Just make sure you're selecting the right channel, which is channel 1. Hold the up and down button at the same time. That blind is now connected to channel 1. So if we press down, that blind is actually coming down. If we press up, that blind is actually going up. And just a quick one, there are times where you would actually pair the remote, and when you press down, the blind would actually be going up, and when you press up, the blind will be coming down. If that happens, all you need to do is hold down the My button until that blind responds, and that would automatically rotate the movement position. In this case, if I do that, my up should then change to down, and my down should change to up. So let's just give it a try. So if I hold that down, and if I press down, that blind should be going up, and if I press up, that blind should now be coming down. So by holding down that My button, I've actually switched around the way the blind works. So to set it back to the right setting, if we want the down to work as the blind coming down and the up to actually send the blind going up, hold down the My button for about 3 seconds. And now if I press down, the blind should come down, and if I press up, the blind should press up. The blind should go up. And as you can see, pressing down, even if I push it once, the blind is just moving and stopping at the same time. Same with if I press up. That's simply because we've not set the upper limit and the lower limit. So to set the upper or lower limit, let's just start with the lower limit. I'm going to hold the down button until the blind gets to the desired point where I want it to be when it's down. And I'm just going to hold that down. Oh, that's too much now. Press up. Just a few more. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that position. At this point, I'm happy with the blind being in that position when it's closed. Now we need to set the open position. That's the upper limit. And to do that, we need to hold down the up button and the my button at the same time. And that blind should start going up. And once the blind gets to the position you want it to be when it's open, you need to press the my button to stop it. And I'm just going to leave that blind up to show you. All right, and I'm going to stop it right there. I think I still need it to go a bit high up, so I'm just going to toggle the up button just a tiny bit. I think I'm quite happy with that position now. And once you're happy with that position, you then need to press the my button and the down button at the same time to acknowledge that position. And that blind should automatically return to the position you set it to be when it's closed. So hopefully that blind should automatically stop on its own once it gets to that position we set it to be when it's closed. Perfect. All right, and once you're happy with the upper limit and the lower limit, hold the my button until that blind jogs. Now the two limits have been set, and for you to actually confirm that position and the settings, you need to press the program button at the back of the remote. Otherwise, you're going to lose that setting. Just once, and that blind should jog. And once that's happened, the blind is fully set up. If I press up, that blind should now automatically open, and it should stop right at the position we've set it to stop. Yeah, so right there. And if I push the down button, that blind should basically stop at the position we've set it to stop when it's closed. All right, and as you can see behind the Roman blind, I've got that Somfy lithium battery just right there that I've connected inside the recess. And now that we've set up the roller blind, it's now time for us to set up the Roman blind. And what we need to do is just connect the battery pack at the back of the blind, and that blind should respond. Now that's ready to be paired. All right, and the next thing you want to do is make sure you select the right channel where you want that blind to be set up. And in this case, I'll be selecting channel 2. And just with the roller blind, just hold the up and down button at the same time, and that blind should respond by jogging. Now the remote has been paired with the blind. Same process applies with the roller blind. If you push the down button and the blind is going up, in this case it's working fine. Or if you push the up button and the blind is coming down, then you need to hold down the my button for about 3 seconds until the blind jogs, and that would automatically reset the position of the blind. All right, in this case it's acting the way we want it to act, so no problems at all. You may be wondering why my blind is set at this position. It's a personal preference. I like my blind, my Roman blind, to actually be in this position when it's open, because I love to see more of the fabric and then see the pleats. Some people will want it going all the way up, and I'll show you. So you can still set the blind to actually go all the way up like that, if you want. But in my case, I really don't like the blind going all the way up. I like to be able to view a bit of the fabric. It's not a problem for me. Some people will tell you they don't want to lose the window. I pretty much don't worry too much about the window. So for my open position, I would want my blind to reveal more of the fabric and part of the folds, just like that. I think I'm quite happy with it being in that position when it's open. Now that we've set the blind to be in the position we want it to be when it's open, we need to now set it to a position we want it to be when it's closed. And to do that, we need to hold the my button and the down button at the same time, and that blind should start coming down. Just gonna push my phone backwards, and then we'll watch that blind until it gets to the position we want it to be when it's closed. And I think right about there, I'm quite happy with it being there. Maybe just a bit more. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the position there. And for us to confirm that position, we need to push the up button and the my button at the same time. That way the blind will return to the position we set it to be when it's opened. Yeah, I'm happy with it being in that position. So now that we've set the open position and the closed position, what we then need to do is hold down the my button until that blind jogs. And then don't forget, push the program button at the back of the remote, otherwise you're going to lose that setting after about 10 or 15 minutes. So now that blind is fully set up. So now if I push the down button, that blind should basically come down. And if I push the up button, that blind should go up. So now the roller blind and the Roman blind have been fully set up. So for the roller blind, if I push the up button in channel 1, that's going up. If I push the down button, that's coming back down. Roman blind, if I push channel 2 and push the down button, that's coming down. Push the up button, that is going back up. So now we've successfully connected the remote control to both blinds, each one of them on different channel. You can connect both blinds to the same channel if you want, or if you want to connect multiple blinds. Let's say in this room you've got about 3-4 blinds and you want to connect each of the blinds to the same channel. You can easily do that. What you need to do is hold the reset button, either the roller blind or the Roman blind. Hold the reset button until the blind jog once. Don't get it twisted, until the blind jog once, and that will disable that blind for about 10 minutes for you to set up another blind on that channel, if that makes sense. Now if you hold that reset button until the blind jog 3 times, that's you resetting the blind completely to factory setting, so the memory will be completely wiped out. But if you just hold the reset button until the blind jog once, you only temporarily disable that blind, and you can immediately connect other blinds to that channel by doing the same thing. So, but in this video we're connecting both blinds to separate channel, so that's not applicable. Now that we've successfully connected the blinds to the remote, the next thing we want to do is connect the blinds to the Somfy Connect Soon app. And I'm just gonna go directly into the Somfy Connect Soon app. And don't forget, in order for this to work, you need the Somfy Connect Soon hub, and you need to plug that up into your router. And if you're planning a smart home system, I would believe you already have Wi-Fi mesh. In my case, I use the Amazon Eero. There's so many different Wi-Fi mesh out there. You don't necessarily have to connect the hub to your router. You can actually connect the hub to one of your Wi-Fi mesh as well, and it will do basically the same thing. In my case, my Somfy Connect Soon hub is connected to one of the Eero mesh in my bedroom, just behind the bed. So I'm fully set up, and once that's happened, you will be able to connect your Somfy Connect Soon app. So if you go to configuration and go to add, click OK. And the first blind we want to add is the roller blind. So we select interior roller blind, click OK. And then it's gonna ask you to test the blind to make sure it's working. For this one, it's on channel 1, so that's working okay. We'll click OK. Blind is working okay on channel 1. Click OK. Hold the program button at the back of the blind until the blind responds. At the back of the remote rather. Now the blind responds, click add, and it would automatically detect the blind. Now that blind is added. All right, I will name this. I'm just gonna call this day blind for the purpose of this video, and click OK. So that's connected to the app, and then we need to connect the Roman blind. Go to configuration again, scroll up and click add. click OK, and this time we will not be selecting the interior roller blind like we did with the roller blind. We will be selecting Roman shade. Click OK. Test the blind to be sure it's working on the right channel, and that's working. Click OK. Hold the program button at the back of the remote. That's responding, so click add, and that would automatically add that blind to the Somfy connection app. Okay, and we're going to call this, I'm just testing that blind with the app, so that's responding to it. Just gonna stop it right there, and I'm gonna call this night blind, and we're only naming this blind for the purpose of understanding which is which, and for the purpose of our next stage, which is to connect it to the Amazon Alexa system. All right, so now if I go down here, I can easily fish out my blind. So if I drop the remote, the blind should now be working with the app. So I'm going to be controlling the Roman blind now, which I've named the night blind. If I click down, that blind should be coming down right about now. I'm just going to open it back up, and then I will find the day blind, which should be right about here. And if I push up, that blind is going up, and if I push down, it should basically be coming down. So I'm sending the Roman blind back up. So now that we've successfully connected the blinds to the Somfy connection app, we then need to go to the next step, which is to connect the blinds to the Amazon Alexa system. All right, like I said earlier, the same process will apply if you're using Google Home. It will basically be the same process, and I will be showing you in the Alexa app. All right, so if you load up your app,
I don't know that one.
all right, someone actually asked me in my last video how you connect the Somfy Hub to your smart home app, in my case the Alexa app, and it's that easy. For the purpose of this video, I'll just disconnect it and then connect it back so you see. All right, so what you need to do when you go into your app is click on more down there. All right, on the lower right corner you will see where it says more. Click more and go to skills and games. Click the search icon on the top right and search for Somfy. All right, there are so many different types. There's a Somfy Protect, there's Somfy Tahoma and Connect Soon. The one you want to select is the Somfy Tahoma and Connect Soon. Once you select it, you'll see the option where it says enable to use. Click on enable to use. It would automatically take you to your Somfy Connect Soon app, where you'll be asked to punch in your email address and your password. And once you've done that, it would ask you if you wish to authorize this application. Click yes, and it should take you back, and you should then see that message that says your Somfy Tahoma and Connect Soon account has been successfully linked. Now you can basically control your blinds using your smart home system. All right, now if I go to devices, if I go devices and I would go all devices, you can now see I've got day blind, and if I go to the letter N, you should then see I've got night blind already set up. So that would automatically go be discovered by your Alexa app, and if it doesn't discover them, you can click on discover devices and it would automatically discover them. Once your Somfy Hub has been connected, you don't have to do anything else. It would automatically connect your blinds. All right, but to take it one step further, we then need to create a group. That way we can control both blinds together without having to use the remote to go from channel 1 to channel 2 to control them independently. So what we want to do is create a group, and I'm going to click on the plus sign on the top right and go add group. Select the top one, click next, and this one we're just going to customize it and say bedroom blinds. Click next, and now it's going to ask you what devices you want to put in that group. In this case, we want to add day blind and night blind. So we'll select the day blind and then go all the way down to the night blind and select the night blind and click next. It's going to ask you if you want to link that group to a particular device. It doesn't matter, just skip that process, and it should say bedroom blinds is ready. So now if I say open bedroom blinds, that blind should basically open. Now you can see the Roman blind is not opening as it's currently opened, so that wouldn't respond. But if we should say close bedroom blinds, both of them now should close. And the good thing is the roller blind is way faster than the Roman blind when it's moving, so you definitely see the roller blind closing first. And now they are both connected. You can basically name the blinds whatever you want them to be based on the space they have, or best way for you to understand them. For the purpose of this video, I named them day and night. You can basically name them by your son's name or your daughter's name or the master bedroom, wherever the blinds are. So it's basically up to you to name them however you want to name them. All right, now that's the end of the video. I hope you find this video very interesting. If you do, please consider subscribing to the channel and click on the notification bell to get notified when next I drop a video. Until next time, take care and have a lovely time. Bye for now.